Alright, g'day everybody. Welcome aboard. I didn't think I'd be able to get to these ones because of stuff I've got going on over the weekend, but I managed to find a little bit of time that I can quickly do the live stream now and jump in and do the hits and stuff. So welcome to those of you watching, welcome also to those of you that are going to be watching it back later on. This is I'm going to try and be weekly with my 5th day's worth of tournament hits in the Puzzle Combat Raid tournament. So this time round we've got a 5-star charged attack raid tournament with all elements allowed. So it says there that charge speeds for all heroes are set to fast speed. So what that translates to is it means that every special skill speed, instead of it being the normal speeds, it's actually set to a faster rate, or not necessarily faster, but everybody's charge speeds are set to 65 charge speed. So normally heroes like on my defense here, I'll run through this in a second, but you've got heroes like Ember who have a charge speed of 37. Instead of it being 37, her charge speed is 65. So that's quite a substantial boost in charge speed. So a common strategy with charge attack tournaments is to basically pick your slow heroes and basically whack them in your defense, because they go from being strong and powerful and slow to being very powerful and very strong, because they are firing in some cases almost twice as quickly. So you can see my defense team here. I've got Terminus, Talon, I've got Ember, Face Off and Ksenia. This is interestingly actually my current war defense. So if you face me in war, this is what you are going to be getting. So the speeds are actually all slow with the exception of Talon. She's average speed. So if I go through it all, we've got Terminus with 34 speed slow. Talon is up at 50, so she's normally average. Ember we saw was 37 speed. Face Off is 39 and slow, and then Ksenia is 35 and slow. So you can see most of the heroes that I've got in my defense team are picking up quite a lot of speed points, and yeah, so they're going to be quite powerful. So I haven't had a perfect tournament so far this time round. So last time I managed to go 25 from 25 in the last 5-star tournament. This time, however, I've slacked off a little bit, or gotten a little bit unlucky on a couple of the boards. I just couldn't get any tiles to save myself. But we've got 2 defeats so far. Junie's the next one. If we go and have a look at it, you can see I lost to Gunfighter. I just couldn't get red tiles, which was quite annoying. And then by the time that I got rid of Powell, we had Chul and Mirage firing, who were nerfing my special skills, which definitely didn't help. And the aiming was impeccable. It definitely aimed at my charged heroes, specifically also my support heroes. The other one I lost was to Jonok from the Global Empire. So this one, the story pretty much writes itself. Tremor fired 2 or 3 times, and then Ksenia revived Terminus, and then Terminus revived Mortis, and then Mortis decided that it was time to die. And so I did. So I just got a little bit unlucky with the tile drop on that one as well to kill them off. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I've been hanging around the rank 100 mark so far with this tournament. I've not been able to crack up into the heights of the last one, and that's mainly because of these 2 defeats, but also because my defense team, after 4 days, has still not been attacked, which is quite annoying, but that's alright. It is what it is. Unfortunately, because I've got so many emblems on my defense team, it puts me right near the tippity-toppity top of the possible defenses to get matched with for other people. So there's not really going to be any teams that are hitting those heights until late in the tournament. So yeah, if I wanted more attacks on my defense, I'd have to be setting heroes which are a lot less emblemed, but the downside to that is that they're not going to be my awesome heroes, because I've emblemed as many of my awesome heroes as I can. So yeah, that's what we got so far. So the next person on my attack list is Jumi. So Jumi here is ranked oh, I don't even know, he's ranked 560th, 536th, sorry. He's got a Min tank with Kurgan flank and a lot of purples in there with Coyote and Vigo, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm not going to actually change my team at all, because this combo of 8-bit Giselle and Ember is very dangerous if I can get the necessary tiles to send them off. So I've got 8-bit and Ember charge broken with the... Actually, I don't know that they are charge broken. So yeah, so we've got a nice purple match that I'll start us off with because I'm just looking for some tile cascades, so I can pick up my yellow match in this turn. Min is fired, so this is the downside to rush tournaments. Charged attack tournaments. Rush is what they're called in Empires. So I'm just going to fire both of them actually for now because I'm confident I can get them charged again before Vigo fires on the flank there. And the other reason that I like this combo of Ember and of Giselle, Ksenia and Jocasta is because Jocasta gives this buff which gives 23% additional charge each turn, and then Ksenia gives charge every turn. So instead of Ksenia just doing a normal amount of charge, she's actually dealing out 23% additional charge to each hero. So it's pretty powerful, and you can see with the buff up, it doesn't actually take me very long at all to recharge my hero. So both Kurgan and Coyote are going to fire, but that's alright. I'm not too worried. So we'll just pop off my 2 and then fire damage dealers. And that should pretty well be the end of it. Just need a couple more tiles. Blue match. And we'll grab red. Oh, actually, yeah, we'll go to the red match because I think everyone's going to charge up. Yeah, regardless. And now it's just a matter of finishing. Doop, 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 doop. Click, click, click. There we go. 1 from 5 on the final day. So a good way to start us off. So far I've not actually faced any of the pirates this war. I've faced a number from the Global Empire, 1 or 2 from Uprising, a lot of players from alliances I haven't heard of, so they're all smaller alliances. So this time we've got Dahl from Happy Weirdos, which is L Play's alliance. They've sort of dropped down the alliance rankings, but they're also not running at full strength, so again, not going to bother changing my team because I got red against the Adid tank and then yellow against the Vigo flank. So we'll just carry on with this team. I'm just looking to get some more red tiles and yellow tiles into matchable spots. So that got me the reds. Now I'm going to grab this dynamite sticks. I don't actually know what to call the special tiles in this game. So in Empires and Puzzles, it's pretty obvious what they are. Like, you've got dragon bombs, which look like dragons, and you've got diamonds, which are literally diamonds. But in Puzzle Combat, I'm not quite so sure. Like, you've got these... I've taken to calling dynamites, or bombs, really, which do the little X pattern. I don't know what to call a match 4, which is that, like, these arrowy things. Like, they're bullets, obviously, but, like, I don't know, I feel kind of weird calling them bullets, seeing as every tile that you sling becomes a bullet when it goes up the board. So if someone's got something cool that they call them, do let me know, because I am looking for something to call these tiles. Because like you can see, as soon as it goes up the board, all of these tiles turn into bullets, or rather unfired bullets, which is also kind of weird, but that's right. But I don't know, I kind of just call these things arrows. And then you've obviously then got grenades as the final one, which, again, they just look like grenades. But yeah, these straight line match 4s, I'm not really sure what to call them. So if anyone does have anything cool that they call those, I'm keen to find something that rolls off the tongue and is fairly catchy. So this is another one of those guys that I've never heard of their alliance. So this is FC Schalke 04. Looks like it's a German ally, fairly low down the leaderboard, I think, from the looks of things. Yeah, 35k war score. So I don't really track alliances that are less than 48k, is kind of the bottom end of it. Again, it's a Minamoto tank and a purple Vigo flank. I don't know why. Vigo seems to be a very common flank in this tournament. So, he does his thing, but I don't know, I don't really find him to be overly dangerous even in the charged attack format. But, I mean, I am also attacking with 3 yellows, which does put a bit of a skewing on things. We'll just grab those reds, and as hoped, I was hoping for a yellow match to come in. And then, once again, fire 8-bit Giselle. Whack-a-mole him, and then I'm just going to tap Kurgan. Actually, I think I didn't tap anyone, I untapped. That's right, she'll die. And then 8-bit Giselle, and Ember is not needed. I forgot to mention earlier, how is, for those watching, how's the volume and stuff doing so far? It's one of the weird things about the streaming encoding software that I use. You can't actually playback and test the volume within it. Like, you can make adjustments and modifications to it, but all it gives you is these little sound bar things that tell you how noisy it is compared to each other, but I don't actually know what the sound quality is like. So I'm definitely always keen to hear about that. Fourth fight, got 2 to go, which is going okay. So we've got Oleg M. He's from the Warriors of the Empire. These guys are about 4th rank usually in the alliances. So he's got a face-off tank, who is one of my very favourite heroes. Interesting, a wolf flank. It's the first wolf I've seen in this tournament. I do think this is probably the format that benefits Wolf the most. He is normally 36 slow, which does inhibit his use in general gameplay, because the other 2 heroes from the Grand Heist family, the Savage Heist, they're actually, you've got Night Owl, who's fast speed, and you've got Pantera, who is also fast speed. So the slowness of Wolf really sticks out compared to those other 2. But in the charged attacks, he does actually pick up a lot of usefulness. So it'll be interesting. I actually very rarely face Wolf in any format of the game. Then we've got Goldman and Ksenia. I'm feeling really lazy. I'm not changing my team. I did try a little bit earlier in the tournament with green heroes. So I'd actually used double Emma and Blunderbuss, which, if you've watched some of my war videos, it is a combination that I really like. But I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it. It wasn't working quite as nicely in the tournament setting. So I don't know, I just switched it up, went back to something that I know, which is this yellow and red combo. I really do like the yellow-red combo. I think it's a very, despite facing a lot of blue tanks everywhere, it is my predominant raiding colour. Like, I will pretty much always raid with yellow and red heroes. I don't know, it's just a little weirdness of mine. Face-off's going to fire again, but we got rid of Wolf once more. And then fire Giselle and Ember, and just pick up some more tiles. So I'm being really lazy with this team, but it's obviously working pretty well. And I guess that's what I always say in these tournament fights is, if you find a team that works well in attack, there's nothing that actually makes you change it. Like, in this tournament, for example, I faced a lot of blue tanks. People seem to have used their raid defense teams a lot. If not their raid defense, something very similar to it. So I faced a lot of blue and a lot of red tanks. Like you can see Sub-Zero here, he had a Tremor tank and ended up taking it down. You've got, I think Garmon has a blue tank, yeah, Panzer. Vix had a blue tank with another Panzer. Itchy another tank with Pavati. This one actually dragged on a while because Pavati, I didn't get any tiles to take Pavati out early. So sort of dragged on a bit. So I think a lot of people are using their raid and their war defense teams. So even in spite of facing a lot of blue tanks, the team has worked out quite well overall. all, final fight, we've gotten 4 from 4 so far. Despite taking yellow, this is probably the tank I've been most worried about, which is Xavier. And the main reason for that is because Xavier, he doesn't gain a massive speed enhancement, but he's generally speaking just a bit of an annoying hero to face. So he does charge cutting, which I've now just lost. Anyway, I didn't lose 8-bit, I was worried I was going to lose 8-bit as well, but Giselle lost 20% of her charge. And then on top of that, I then also lost accuracy on my red and my yellow tiles, which is quite annoying. It's one of the more annoying ailments in the game is miss, because it's essentially the dodge ailment, except on every tile that you send at any hero. It's not just the ones that have a dodge gun on them. So that's one of the things that I really dislike, is this, again, accuracy ailment. So I'm always a little bit wary facing them, just because I don't like missing tiles. Which is also incidentally why I rarely raid with Blunderbuss. I'll use her in war attacks, but I will very rarely ever actually take her on a normal raid. So one thing I will show is with the buff from Jocasta, I can actually mana up my heroes with 3 ghosted tiles. So 6 tiles in total went under Jocasta's buff. So that is something that is quite cool. I do actually have a +9 speed gun attached to both those red heroes. So, you know, charge speeds is very important in the charge attacks. And you can see there I've managed to jump up to 7th spot with the end of that. But it is also only, 29 minutes into the new raid tournament day. So I very much expect this to drop away. Probably down to about the 80s is where I'd expect to end up. Not too unhappy with that. I am ahead of some other players that I know quite well. JC, you can see there, he's in 19th. Alla was sitting in the top 10 earlier in the tournament, so it'll be interesting to see how far up she jumps. If she lost 1 or 2 fights though today, I might be able to finish ahead of her. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see if I actually get any attacks on me in the 5th day, or if I go the entire tournament getting C grade while doing absolutely nothing. So without getting a single attack on me, I've gotten 500 points every day. You can see though, by compared to someone that got A grade every day, I'm already, 1,600 points behind what they could have gotten, and that's without even adding in their attacks. So you can see the difference between myself and, say, SAS from Band of Nyx. At the moment, that's a 1.4k difference. So if he got A grade or even B grade for all those days, and then picked up one of the wins, whereas I got a loss, that could very easily be the difference. So while defense is not, a priority in terms of what you can and can't play in the tournaments, not getting attacked can actually have a bit of an impact on where you end up placing in the tournaments. And annoyingly, not getting attacked could potentially be the difference between you getting top 1% and top 5% loot. And the difference in those loot tiers is quite noticeable. Like, you can see the difference in the number of rolls of things, the odds of things, if you go into the loot and tap the question marks, which I always advise doing, because it is kind of interesting to see what you could be getting. Because it is possible, it's entirely possible for someone that finishes in top 5% to actually get better loot than someone that finished in top 1%, just because of the RNG drops and stuff. But yeah, that's about it that I got for this video. I don't think there's really anything else. There is an event going on, which is the zombie outbreak, but you can see I've done literally almost none of it. I've just been a little bit lazy, so I'll probably binge it in the next day or two. You can see Moshu from RBV. Oh no, he's transferred. Yeah, Uprising, that's right. From Uprising has currently got the top spot, but those scores, I'm not sure how they compare. My previous scores can't really compare to this event, so I'm not really sure what the top 1, 10, 5, and 50 ranks are going to end up being, because everything changed when they changed the tournaments, or the settings for this, because they changed how the zombies respawn, which will make a lot of the fights quicker, and because scoring is partially based on speed, it will change that stuff. But yeah, that's about it for this one. Good luck in the rest of your own tournament fights, and hopefully I'll see you guys on the battlefield or in the next video. Until then, good luck, and goodbye.